A period of unprecedented opportunity looms on the horizon. A rare astronomical phenomenon is preparing to revolutionize your life. Saturn, in unison with Neptune, the patron planet, makes its triumphant entrance into the constellation of Aries, marking the beginning of a new, 36-year cycle. This is a unique opportunity, like a blank canvas, to rewrite your destiny, making a radical and irrevocable turn, leaving behind all the shackles of the past. A change is coming that will change everything. Financial stability, getting rid of debt obligations and burdensome bonds, new love, gaining inner strength, respect and recognition, everything that previously held back, will be put on fire, and all the suffering will turn into a deserved reward. A personal era of prosperity and triumph is coming. On April 27, 2025, Saturn will enter the Uefatropida. The karmic nakshatra will trigger a hidden mechanism of transformation, sharpening sensitivity to all facets of reality and heightening awareness. Sudden insights into past mistakes, hurtful words, and actions that have left an indelible mark will come in waves. Many are expected to wake up in the middle of the night, with a clear realization of who was let down and what they missed. In dreams there will be meetings with people from the past, once played an important role in life, but for some reason forgotten, which does not give peace to this day. Human memory is like a scanner, but its task is not in self-torture, but in the release of unnecessary. There is an aggravation of intuition, as if a premonition of upcoming events and increased sensitivity to the energy field around. Esoteric abilities cease to seem something extraordinary, becoming an integral part of everyday life. As an example, a person can think of someone and at the same moment receive a message, or when entering a room, instantly grasp the atmosphere, who is living what, who is hiding the truth, and who is feeling depressed. Fish don't just pick up on these signals, but actively respond to them. This is a key difference in this new phase in their lives. They are entering a period of intense preparation for an extended takeoff. All vulnerabilities, doubts, worries and sudden fears begin to fade, giving way to a firm inner confidence. 36 years of active prosperity lie ahead, and they are fully prepared for it. On May 25, 2025, Saturn and Neptune move simultaneously into Aries, marking the beginning of a new financial journey for Pisces. This date is a pivotal and perhaps even startling date for all members of this zodiac sign. This is not just a minor change, but a complete transformation of the economic model of their existence. This is a turning point for Pisces, as Neptune, the celestial ruler of this constellation, completes its multi-year transit, giving way to Saturn, which activates the second house of the Pisces horoscope. This astrological configuration has a direct impact on personal finances, material stability, and the ability to manage resources wisely. Gone is the era of financial illusions, when Pisces, known for its emotional generosity and propensity for impulsive spending, will have to look at the world of money from the position of rationality and pragmatism. Carelessness is being replaced by a conscious financial strategy based on clear calculation and the pursuit of profit. Those who used to be dependent on financial receipts from outside are becoming self-reliant and payers. Protracted property disputes are resolved in favor of Pisces, bringing long-awaited justice. Litigation related to alimony, inheritance, or division of property reaches its culmination, gaining concrete embodiment in the form of decisions, real money transfers and signed documents. Financial independence becomes for Pisces the key to unlocking the inner potential and gaining self-confidence. Representatives of this sign begin to perceive money not as an end in itself, but as a tool to achieve peace of mind and freedom, allowing them to create a solid material base, accumulate resources and carefully plan their future. However, depending on whether the sign of Pisces is solar or ascendant, the financial strategy may be slightly different. While solar Pisces seeks stability and accumulation, ascendant Pisces prefers to invest in acquiring new experience, knowledge and the realization of promising projects. Both personality types begin to actively and skillfully manage their financial flows, resolutely suppressing any opportunities for leaks. A sense of fear of poverty gives way to a confident mood for further growth and prosperity. The external influence of Saturn eliminates the chaotic, and all actions related to finances acquire a clear structure, favorable contracts are concluded, stable earnings are ensured, strict control over expenditures is established and reliable protection of property is ensured. Neptune, freeing itself from blurriness and entering the sign of action, gives the representatives of the sign of Pisces a clear vision of the future. Illusions dissipate, giving way to a concrete calculation, where each step has its own consequences and carefully thought out. Psychologically, money becomes a powerful and real resource of management, and stability becomes a solid foundation. On July 5, Neptune goes retrograde in the last degrees of Pisces. Contrary to the general uneasiness that usually accompanies such phases, the opposite is true for Pisces. Instead of decline, there is an upswing, and instead of disintegration, there is a strengthening of positions, much to everyone's surprise. The emotional sphere of Pisces recovers with astonishing speed, surpassing even the most optimistic forecasts based on favorable astrological aspects. In female Pisces with an ascendant in this sign, there has been a systematic destruction of faith in partnerships over the past few years. Life as a psychological nanny, constant servicing of infantile and energy-dependent men, all this is in the past, marking the beginning of a new stage. In the foreground comes to care about their own well-being, which naturally leads to the cessation of communication with a certain type of men. A woman born under the sign of Pisces no longer wants to spend precious time on those who are not ready for an equal contribution to the relationship. Previous experience with cheaters, cheating, attempts to live at someone else's expense, emotional vampirism and endless empty promises leads to a complete rethinking of values and inner transformation. Representatives of this sign of the zodiac cease to believe the words, focusing on the analysis of actions, and in their environment are only those who show themselves as a reliable partner, providing support both morally and financially. The former relationship models are being replaced by a mature reciprocity based on love, which is manifested not in words but in actions, respecting personal boundaries, recognizing the value of investments and cherishing feelings. It is not a matter of fleeting infatuation, but of striving for stability. The belief that long-term relationships can be built is strengthened, and this belief is reflected in reality. Some Pisces women are reconnecting with a person from the past. A partner who was once pushed away because of pride, fear or external pressure reappears in their lives, but no longer as a shadow of the past, but as a real person ready for a new relationship. Circumstances change, and the former love gets a second chance, but without dramas and resentments, but with deep and realized feelings. True feelings, tested by time, only grow stronger like hardened steel. On July 13, Saturn makes a retrograde turn in the constellation of Pisces, triggering the mechanism of karmic justice and strengthening the energetic protection of this zodiac sign. Any encroachments on Pisces' personal happiness will not go unpunished and will be met with a worthy response. Pisces, long endured humiliation, betrayal and underestimation, no longer feel the need to waste energy on fruitless explanations. They resolutely close the doors to the past, initiating the boomerang effect of goodness. All the good deeds they have done wholeheartedly, unselfishly and with heart will return to them in triplicate, like a bountiful harvest after hard work. However, the danger awaits Pisces not on the part of obvious ill-wishers. Alas, the most vulnerable place turns out to be kinship and friendship ties. Sometimes even those who for years skillfully manipulated the pity of Pisces, suddenly shed their masks, revealing their true face. Claims, blackmail, unceremonious invasion of privacy and violation of personal boundaries are their favorite weapons. Particular attention should be paid to adult children, relatives prone to passive aggression, as well as friends who abuse kindness, but do not provide reciprocal support. It is extremely important for Pisces to stop communicating with those who have proven to be unreliable and insincere. During this period, their reliable protection will be three inner qualities that will unfold in full force. First, an unmistakable energy sense that allows you to unmistakably recognize the true nature of people. Second, intuitive detachment, helping to distance themselves from negative influences in time. And, third, the ability to not be afraid of loneliness, preferring it to any fake company. The celestial spheres have undergone changes, and the burden of saviors no longer hangs over the sign of Pisces. On October 4, Saturn enters the constellation Purva Bhadrapada, marking a period of strict karmic responsibility and just retribution. For many, this turns out to be a series of unexpected and even startling events. In the astrological chart of solar Pisces, this celestial phenomenon activates the third house, symbolizing business activity, personal initiative, making agreements, making informed decisions and strengthening the material foundation. The career sphere, which has been stagnant for a long time, finally comes into motion. Representatives of this sign of the zodiac make a meteoric rise, often becoming a surprise to themselves. Those who for years remained in the shadows, are honored with recognition and promotion, and those who work tirelessly, reap the benefits of their efforts. And even those who have been inactive suddenly find themselves in key positions. It is time to rethink your behavior. It is time to give up the role of a convenient person, constantly bailing out others because of their incompetence. Softness and pliability in this period is fraught with overload, attempts to shoulder someone else's responsibilities and manipulation by colleagues and superiors. Pisces is recommended to act cold-bloodedly, strategically, discarding emotions. Only this approach will allow to consolidate the results achieved. At the moment, moderate cynicism becomes a valuable tool for achieving goals. Cynicism, not as an innate trait, but as a conscious tool for survival, is becoming an urgent necessity in today's world. Unfortunately, we cannot do without it. Workers and employees get a unique chance to get a foothold in more reliable structures by signing official contracts, moving up the career ladder, moving to central offices and gaining access to bonus payments. Managers, whose Saturn position is particularly strong, strengthen their authority, bring order to the team and restructure the principles of interaction, acting strictly but fairly. Fate is scrutinizing every action, and the main thing here is not to let others abuse their kindness, which is especially important for people born under the sign of Pisces. The situation of the unemployed deserves special attention, for whom Saturn in the third house serves as a signal for active action. They should not sit back and wait for offers from the sky, but rather take personal initiative, look for opportunities through acquaintances, consider short-term business trips, and explore non-standard niches. Especially successful will be those whose activities are related to texts, figures, analytics, training and logistics. Requalification can bring quick and tangible results. On November 28, Saturn goes into direct motion in Pisces, which strengthens the results you've achieved. Don't relax, however, as all decisions made between late April and November will be scrutinized for strength and compliance. Those who show resilience and perseverance, fate gives a solid foundation for a decade. Those who will be able to shift their attention from simple survival to the development and implementation of long-term strategy, will find unshakable confidence in the future. Pisces has 36 years to flourish and prosper, but this will only be possible if one crucial condition is met: without good physical health, no prosperity can be fully realized. What does this mean in practice? Pain and suffering caused by illness and ailments will inevitably affect the overall condition, especially if a person deliberately neglects to take care of himself, ignoring the needs of his body. For sunny Pisces, the priority is to maintain the health of the lymphatic system, normalize digestion and stabilize the hormonal background. For ascendant Pisces, special attention should be paid to the condition of the spine, joints and vision. The exhaustion accumulated by years of self-abnegation and neglect of one's own needs will definitely manifest itself in the physical body if no concrete steps are taken to restore and improve health. Pisces is in dire need of a clear and regular daily regimen, complete avoidance of toxic substances, and full recovery during sleep. It is important to critically review your approach to nutrition, exclude excesses from the diet and give up the habit of eating up stress. Alcohol and smoking are out of the question, these addictions must be eliminated once and for all. December 10, Neptune, the ruling planet of Pisces, goes into direct motion, activating the inner source of happiness. This state is available not through external circumstances and material goods, but through harmony and peace within oneself. A feeling of weightlessness, crystal clarity, and deep inner liberation embraces the person, as if throwing off the shackles that previously distorted his perception. The inner chaos subsides, thoughts become organized, bringing back the confidence that fate is in one's hands. Sunny Pisces, receptive to subtle energies, experience this transformation through a palette of emotions. Inexplicable joy overflows their hearts, inner harmony prevails in the soul, and a sense of gratitude fills every moment. Ascendant Pisces, on the other hand, feels the change through concrete actions. Their life is filled with order, there is an attitude of taking pleasure from the simplest things, from tasks that previously seemed tedious. Luck accompanies them in small things, which plays an important role: happy coincidences, meetings with the right people, timely support, unexpectedly found solutions, and quick completion of cases that have been dragging on for years. Pisces, having a unique intuition, is able to catch this invisible stream of positive changes and not destroy it with vanity or doubt. The period of instability ends, and the construction of a new reality begins, where success is achieved not through exhausting efforts, but through inner maturity, awareness, and wisdom. There is also a special legacy aspect. The 36-year period of open flow is available to those who leave this world, for we are all mortal. This grace is passed on through the bloodline, but only if the direct descendant is also a Pisces in the sun sign. Karma provides a unique opportunity for a person to strengthen the lighter aspects of their life through the words, name and legacy they pass on to future generations. One should take predictions with due seriousness, because karma is not just an abstract idea, but a clear system of accounting for all actions and deeds. Astrology, as an exact science, does not depend on personal beliefs, it works whether one believes in it or not. Astrology does not ask for readiness, but simply sets in motion a series of events where success or failure is not due to belief, but to the actions performed. Those who ignore its warnings face harsh consequences, while those who respect it receive valuable resources, opportunities, and clues to avoid trouble. A legitimate question arises: what is the role of the nokshatras in the horoscope? The answer lies in the fact that it is the nokshatras that provide the most accurate access to understanding karmic outcomes in the current cycle. Through them, events concerning not only the common signs of the zodiac, but also the individual karmic code of each person are revealed. Western astrology shows the overall structure, while Vedic astrology gives a deciphering of the implications, and their combination is the ideal approach. Nokshatras, as a unique tool, in 2025 will be able to predict with high accuracy in which areas of life the boomerang effect will work, and where opportunities for personal prosperity and success will open up. Ascendant is the Ariadne's thread that leads to understanding the smallest nuances of fate. If people born under the sign of the sun in Pisces tend to live life, following a common scenario for all representatives of this zodiac sign, those whose ascendant is in Pisces face unique events. For those who strive for maximum accuracy in astrological predictions, it is necessary to calculate the ascendant. Fortunately, in today's digital world, there are a huge number of online calculators that can help with this. The main thing is to enter accurate data, date, place, and, most importantly, time of birth, and with the maximum degree of approximation. Sometimes even a minor error in time, say, 15 minutes, can drastically change the accents in the interpretation of the horoscope and shift the focus of events. It is important to remember that the general horoscope is only a guide, while the personal horoscope is a unique code of fate, which can be deciphered only by detailed analysis. Astrology is strong precisely in its ability to identify the smallest patterns and interrelationships, not in blind faith or denial. And, of course, one must not forget to respect karma, the fundamental law of cause and effect. Without the realization that no event in life happens by chance, without a sincere desire to understand the deep connections between the past and the present, any discussion of karma loses its meaning. May every person find happiness, good health and complete well-being on his or her life path.